Hello guys, welcome back to another What If video. Today we'll be doing part 2 on what if Asta was a nine-tailed kitsune. And before we start, I always want to remind you guys to like, subscribe and comment down below. And don't forget to click that bell. Because only 36% of the guys that people that actually watch my videos are actually subscribed. So it's free and you can always change your mind. Now, let's get right into the what if, shall we? As we began after the baptism, when actually the exact same moment there where we left off was when Asta and Okami noticed that Noel on the roof, as Asta now smelled that her smell was similar to the guy that he fought in the entry exam, as they were both Silvas. I think I said that, or no, they were both water magic users. I think, yeah, I think they were both. No, they were water and Silva, so they had the same kind of like exact same. Then, as we are now, then us just kinda, well, he was stuck with the others because they petted his tails and all that, as they were goofing in his like fur on his tails, and they were goofing on Okami as well. Then Asta finally had enough, hard in his tails. They would notice this, as then he would smack away down with the tails, not move them away. Jump up in the air before anyone could catch him again, and then he would change back, like to his normal, retract his tails. Then he would create an illusion and go invisible, and walk up to Noel. Well, he wasn't invisible. He was teleporting him away a little bit, as they would see the clone land, and just kind of walk away, as they would try to catch it now, but they would go through it. As they said, where did it go? And Okami couldn't sense him now because, yes, Asta didn't want him to sense him, so he couldn't sense him. And yeah, as they were right next to Noel, and he would ask, "So, who are you?" She would be so shocked about this and be like, "What?" As she would kind of say that out loud, as they would look up, and now Okami would look and see Asta there talking to Noel. He just didn't mind him at all. While he was still stuck with the others trying to pet him now, and since Asta left, everyone got to him now. And so common signs like, "Argh." Then decides to look. Then Asta looks at him like, "Nah, you." Then Yama looks at him. It's like, "Hey, if you're gonna," then it kind of looks at him like, "Hey, you're not gonna extend yourself because then you're kind of exposed. I can't watch for you that time." And so Kami really says it like, "Damn it, Asta, you have to repay me for this later." Also looking at him like, "What? I'm your master, so don't you dare talk to me like that, in that tone." As they were now walking. Know what I'm saying? As they now are, how should I say? They are now, yeah. As Austin will talk, Austin asks, "So who are you really?" As after she was freaked out, she was like, "Oh, sorry, I just got a little bit freaked out about it." Then I was like, "Oh, it's okay." Then he said, "Oh, by the way, my name is Asta Kitsune." She's like, "Oh, that's unusual and name," she says. I was like, okay." Then um she would just say, no, then Asta would just say like, "So who are you exactly?" She like, "Oh, my name is Nal Silva of the Royal House Silva." And she would just hear the name like, knew it. He kind of say like whisper it. As Nal hears like, "What?" He'd be like, "Oh, it's nothing really." As then she sees and like, "No, what is it really? Asta, what is it?" He signs like, "Ah, I fought one of you in the entry exam. He had water medic as well." I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if it was a royal one, but maybe just a noble class of them. But it was a silver, alright. Seems like you don't have that cocky attitude that he had, though." And she would realize that he already met like a silver that had the same cocky attitude as the rest of them. She'd be like, "Oh god, I can't be that cocky now if that guy pissed him off." Then she would just kind of be like, "Oh yeah, no, I really don't." Then she tried to ask him about some things. Also would answer them, kinda. Later on he would what was I saying? Yes, they were not talking up there. Then Asta was kind of walked down. No, before he walked down, Nell would ask about the tails. If Asta like, oh, you mean these? Asta then just goes into the shadows and just lights the fire. Everyone would see this fire now, and they'd be like, what? Is he up there now? Or stuff like, we gotta get to him. Then he come would look at Asta. Asta would telepathically tell him to, if you don't let them go now, I won't give you food for an entire month. I'll seal your mouth. Well, Khan would just kind of smile back. Then just kind of use his tail, just grab them and put them against his fur now. And still like, oh, so soft, they would kind of think. And then Oz just is in his tail form, as Nal would see the tails, and now she was kind of hug them and pet them. Oz would be kind of a little bit red in the face. He hides it, so not even a comic can sense him now. As they were now kind of no, what I'm saying, yeah. Uh, what am I saying? What am I saying, really? Well, as she was kind of touches pet like tails a lot, as I said, Asta would kind of get red in the face, kind of a little bit flustered, just a tiny little bit. As Nell wouldn't notice this, of course, as she was kind of be amazed by the tails, as then extends them, so it goes all around her and kind of grabs her and lifts up her right in front of his face, like she having fun. She'd be like, red kind of face, like they're so fluffy, she says. And this will be another of the Kitsune's abilities to attract like women, all that. As yeah, and Luck and Magnodon wouldn't really, well, they wouldn't go for fluff at all, because yeah, they're real men and a battle freak. Then as then Asta had enough, so like, are you done yet? She's like, not really. Then Asta's like, I was then feel like, oh, I wasn't asking, he kind of thinks. Then just lifts her away, puts her down there where she stood before. And then he just yeah, sorry, I sent something to my thumbnail editor or thumbnail maker slash thumbnail master. Oh god, I'm calling him editor now. I think I called him I think I even called him mentor in like the last video, so I'm calling him stuff, but you know what I mean, Ray. Sorry for this if you're watching this later on. I'm so sorry for this. Oh yeah, but a shout out to you, Insane Monster, for thinking like this what if was great. Thanks for that. Get back to the what if now. Us now de-transform after he had left Noel there. I still be like, what? I still be like, yeah, I had enough of that. As he kind of walks away. Not knowing what he should do now, because was kind of red in the face, as he was hiding it though. With an illusion on his face. As he storms off into the house. Sitting in the sofa, not knowing what to do, then the fluster goes away after a bit. Then Asta no. Then I will walk and ask what's wrong. Asta like, oh, nothing, really. As now the door opens so that it will go back in. As the come will look and like, really? They also be like, sorry, didn't know that it will be that painful to you. So like, really? Just look at him. And see where they see that they were still stuck to his fur. Asta would just retract his tail and just grab them one by one and put them far in like ask him where's the room. He'll be like, oh, they're there and there and there. Ask like, okay. He extends some tails to open their doors. Then just grabs those that were stuck on Okami, as it was Charmy and Vanessa now. I think there was another one. No, it was just them now. Then he says to grab them and put them in the room and close his door quickly. As he Then he just uses some of the stone to block the door. No, he doesn't do that. He has then retract his tails quickly before they can open the doors. As he has de-transformed now, he's like, sorry about that, Okami. Okami be like, yeah, it looked like you had your hands full still. As he would look at Asta, and then look at the then he would just look at, first he would look at Asta, then look at Noel. Asta like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you know fully well what I mean. Asta like, I don't know a single thing what the hell you're talking about. He would say. It comes like, oh well, yes, keep denying it, he would kind of think. Then Asta would walk into his, Asta would get shown to his room, as Okami's there too. As for Nero, she's there of course as well. Asta just moves the bed out and untracks his tail so they are out as he moves the bed out. And creates, since he had like a bit of fur, he took it off and put it in Nero's bird nest and put it near, like not in the window because it's kind of chill out there. She puts him like kind of like near him. No, Nero would just sleep on Asta now as he's in his like tail form and just creates some big so he can sleep on it. As Akami just kind of sleeps on it too. Asta wouldn't really mind that now. So yeah. Next day when they woke up, they just heard a knocking on the door. Well, someone tried to open the door. Asta would notice this and just since it retract his tails, as the other would wake up now. Then Asta was kind of look for the look for the door with your he would create an illusion on the other side of the door and see who was knocking on the door. It was Noel. I'm like, huh? What are you doing? So like see the that he was on the other side. She's like freak out, like what? I was like, oh, sorry. And this is just an illusion. As Dennis disappears and Asta opens the door now. Said I just wanted to check who it was. She's like, oh, well, it's time for you to go up now, says Yami. He told me to wake you up. And Asta was like, oh, okay. He kinda sighs like, oh, let's just go down already. Get this over with. Then, yeah, as he goes down, eat breakfast and all that, as the other would ask for his tails now, he said no, and then he says, and let Okami be here, too, okay? They'd be like, sounds like you're no fun. He'd be like, well, do you think we think it's fun when you're playing with our fur all the time? It's really freakishly annoying, he would say. They'd be like, yeah, maybe for you, but it's fun for us. He's like, and that's the point, for God's sake. Like, huh? I was like, us now have a not meltdown, he'll be mad at them, but that's the point. We don't like it when you does that to us. Did you think of consider that before you started doing this? They're like, no, we didn't. I was like, more fierce now. It's like, really? Then Yama walks in and sees Asta in his rage mode back. Nah, I ain't going here. As he tries to leave, Asta's like teleports an illusion said like, where are you going, Captain? It's really your fault because you haven't scolded this enough. And be like, yeah, what's wrong with now, you Asta? Asta like, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? Everything's wrong. As he kind of get furious now, then just eats his breakfast quickly and goes up to his room and smack the door. They'll be like, did we piss him off or something? Yeah, almost sounds like, oh crap. You'd think like, I heard about Kitsune's wrath before, but this is really something else. He thinks like this is really something else. Now we won't be able to talk to him at all. Also Kami walks up to the door. I was like, no, I won't let you in here. As he would be fierce there, as Nero would be in there too. He would just be alone there. So then it's kinda starts to freak out about what he should do now. As he freaks out and starts to like throw things in the room. Yama just hears like, damn it, he thinks like, but then he realizes that if raging Kitsune gets disturbed, the consequences will be immense. And so thinking like, what to do to calm him down? What to do to calm him down? Also, Kami walks up to him like tries to pet, like, no, just touch him with his nose. Yama will be like, huh? Then yeah, Okami will just do a little like shake with his head, like point, we should go talk outside. Yama walks out as Okami follows him. And then we're talking. He said like, it seems that young master was interested in Miss Noel or something. It seems like though, he will ask, why did you send Miss Noel to wake up young master and me? She's like, yeah, she's new recruit too. I'm like, yeah, but it seems that she's a Silva too, and that might be something. But it seems that though he's not fierce at her. Seems like there's something else. He can't smirk. Yeah, realized what he meant, but like, oh, okay. Then I decides to go in and tells Snow to, Noel. She's like, yes, yeah, yeah. Go calm Asta down. She's like, what? I ain't going near that. It's gonna kill me. He said, just do it, he says in his captive voice. She's like, okay, but you're the one that's gonna have to explain to Nuselda about how I died. That you had a raging club member of your squad. But yeah, I'll do it. Just do it and go and calm me down already. Then she walks up and knocks on the door. I was like, who is it? Is it you again, Nokami? If it is you, I just told you to leave me be. Then she would open the door like, no, then she would say, then she would open the door. As Asta was now about to throw something, but then you saw Noel back. What? As then as she would see that he was in his tail for now, too fierce and throwing stuff around. And so right when she opened the door, no, she would have said, it's me. I was like, wouldn't recognize the voice because he's rage. As then he opens the door like, who? Then she sees Noel. And she like, look at him like, what? As then he like, after that he will act like he's continuing being fierce and not like he's calmed down, but it's calming down slowly and slowly. As everyone hear that the noise like got a little bit slower when you calm it, all that, and not so loud anymore. So yeah. As now we're going, no, as now he was kind of calmed down. As he would breathe heavily now. He was retract his tails and said, okay, I'm going out, I need air. As he walks right past Noel, without even hesitating, as he moves out of the way quickly. As everyone is hearing him calming down, as he was well, it was, let's say that there was a fence over the overall floor, as he just kicks down the fence, as they will just fall down right behind the sofa. Trusty jumps down and walks out of its kicks open the door. Yum like, oh, is something wrong with him? Like, no, I think he's just need to debrief. Well, get some air actually. He'll be like, oh, okay, he says. Like, I'm leaving him alone then. Sorry for that I did that. But I'm back recording this. I've just gotten in eaten food. As where I left off, I remember clearly it was when Asta stormed out after he got fear, like the Kitsune's wrath, as he's needed to debrief now. See how we kinda like wonder what's happening now. Well, Okama would have told him that he just kinda needs to debrief. As Noel comes down and asks, did I do so? He looks at Akiyami and asks, did I do something wrong? He said, no, he just needs to debrief. Or at least that's what the talking dog did. He probably just needs to debrief, he would say. As he was about to say that at least that's what the talking dog was about saying. As he just get a tail smack from the dog, like, I think he was about to reveal it. He kinda nods to him like that. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah. Then he, yes, then we wait for us now, as Okami now doesn't walk out at all, as they will still hear like the trees breaking now. I used to think like, well, yeah, like, well, that's the way to debrief. He's like, well, it seems that the young master is still furious about something. Then he looks at him, thinks about it, so like, oh crap, it might. This, then looks at Yami, kind of smack him with tail, like he nods to a place. And I'm like, I gotta go now. As the wolf just follows him, they wonder, why does Okami follow you? He'd be like, I don't know, maybe because he's like me and Asta is from the same country, he would say. As they're walking to the beast, near the beast, as no one else would be near, then Okami's like, well, it seems that he's mad at me now, maybe, for telling you about Noel and all that. Or something's about him that still makes him mad. Or something has made him even more furious, as now they just hear a tree like a giant tree coming closer to them breaking. They'd both be scared and just run back to the others now. Like, oh crap, they're like, oh crap, it's coming. Oh god, it's coming, prepare. And then Asta would see, like, when go to switch Asta's perspective, he breaks tree after tree. And he's like, I gotta clear my mind. Gotta clear my mind, he says all the time. But then he just can't. He just can't get it out of his head. The weird feeling he had when Noel came there. I was thinking, what is this weird feeling? And all that. As then, let's say that Merleona was in the parts, and yeah, she will have an interaction with Asta. As Asta is still in his nine-tailed form, just rampaging. And she breaks some trees, and then Merleona comes. She heard all the trouble of that, as she knew that Blackwood's hideout was near, but she thinks like this is even too far for them to carry on. As she walks there, then she sees Asta, or what is Asta, but to her it's something else, as just nine tails. She sees the human body from the back behind, and it's continue breaking trees with its tails, and face and everything. It gets furious. So I'm like, huh? Then it's like, oh, wild beast, huh? Gotta take it down. Although I've never seen one of those before. And then when she tries to go to Asta now, well, she tries to sneak up on Asta. Asta would sense her long way coming. And she'd be like, oh crap. Then Asta would be like, who the hell are you? As she looks at her, furious, as now she realizes that it's a human. Like, leave me alone. She'd be like, what? No, I'm not gonna leave you alone. As like, as I said, leave me alone. She'd be like, oh, hey, that's a cocky attitude for a kid. Respect your elders. And now she just used a lion paws trying to grab Asta. Asta just dodged them, just create an illusion, and try teleport behind her. Like, I said, leave me alone. Then he smacks her with a tail. No, he wouldn't. He was just said, I said, leave me alone. And then when I say it, I mean it. Then you see us. Then just continue breaking trees. As Merlin back pissed at him now. Now she just attack him. I stood signs like, oh, dare, you dare attack me when I'm debriefing? She's like, debriefing, that's a little bit too much for debriefing, huh? Then Yami and everyone will sense this mana as something was attacking Asuna, as they will look out, and then Yami will see that it's Merleona. Think like, oh crap, we're doomed now. And then he storms out like, Merleona, stop it! Already, he just let him do it, okay? She's like, what? No way in hell. She's like, and then he attacks Asta now. Asta gets furious, as then he just opens his, let's say that he had his eyes closed for this. Hold on for a little bit. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, the pause I was about to sneeze. So yeah, as young Black, just leave him leave him be now. She's like, what? No, why would I? So because if you, then you will see at Asta's eyes that Asta was rather shaking in anger. He'll be like, oh, never mind, I'm going inside now. She's like, no, you're gonna finish it. I was like, it's too late, says him. It's already too late. She's like, what? Then she looks at Asta. Now she sees that he's shaking with anger. She's like, why is he so mad? Then just look at her open his eyes and flame wouldn't surround him. Like this weird pink or pinkish white reddish flame surrounding him and bursting out as Okame would sense this and will just go to like As Yama would just say like to everyone that yeah, this is bad. Prepare for the worst. Like prepare for death. They'd be like, what? He said, yeah, the wildest beast in the kingdom just fights now. It's a he thinks like, damn, but I never thought that Kitsune would ever fight Merleona. She's the she's the one only one that's crazy enough to challenge one, especially on their rampage. Even though Asta is young. Oh, Khan would just think like, oh God, what does she think challenging Master in his rampage? Doesn't he know that he's like heads when people disturbs him at all? As he will just think what the consequences might be on him later on. Then was here a tree break. No, then was here the punch. No, then was here something. As the ground will start shaking. As now Asta and Merluna was comparing mana. As they would end up that Asta was even stronger than her with his in his rage form, kinda. As yes, Asta's mana will rise in a different way when he's mad, and his kid's in a rage form. Then he said, like, I told you to stay away, but now this has gone too far. As he opens an eye, as now he has extended his tails, and the tails is really big, and then just make them hard, and it creates like from them, like attacking spears on her. As she'll be like, what? Then just immediately tries to go for her. She'll be like, what the? Then she creates her fire punches and fire barrage to try to stop them, but they would start to like break through her. And she'll be like, what the? She'll be like, what have I given me into? Then while she's not seeing anything, Ostras uses her like ninth tail to go underground and just throw her back in a tree into some trees. As Ostra like, I told you to leave me alone. Then as Merleona would kind of get knocked back far away as she would start flying now. As let's say Figolian was like flying on the broom like, around with the Leopold, doing a recon mission in the forest, like a mile away or 2 miles away. Then you see something launching up in the like you would see the far distance as some trees were falling down. You think like maybe they are just doing something. And then we see something like splitting up now. Like what the? Then he has really said it's Merleona. She's like what the? Then he just tries to catch her, but he just falls down from the broom now. Leopold will like what the? As when they're falling, oh no, Figolian was catch her on his broom. Still kind of passed out. Like when she wakes up on the broom, she'll be like what the fuck? He's a monster. She would say. I'm like what? Then we all see something coming with tails on the. We will see it. Then Figolian would realize that the tails he saw. Like wait, that can't be. As he would just like Then we see Asta reaching up. Where is she? I gotta kill her. No one disturbs me when I'm debriefing. As to all see the tails extending for them now. Figolian said, Merleona, do you mind explaining this after we get back? He's like, yeah. And so he Figolian back, I'm out of here. As he uses fire medic to boost his like a broom to fly away. And also like, come back here, you coward. As then Noel would kind of walk up and just like, no, then they would see like the Yam and everyone would sense that Merleona was gone. They think like, did they kill him? Instead, was here also now getting more furious as he breaks much more trees and it's ground shaking even more now. They feel like, oh god, he didn't kill her, but something's else pissed him off now. Then we realize that, wait, Merleona didn't run away, did she? So they feel like, he's definitely a monster, Yama says out loud, he's a monster. You can even take a monster like her and make her scared to run away. As they just, like, now we've switched back to Figolian and Merleona, where they are flying on the broom. She just after got a while back and they see that Asta doesn't follow them anymore. Yeah, Figolian said, okay, so what did you do to piss him that much off? Like, I think he was debriefing or something, he's destroying everything around the Black Bull's hideout. So I didn't let him be when he said that leave me be when I'm debriefing. And not just that, Yami then come out to say like, just let him do this. I said didn't listen to him, but then I was about to listen to him. But then he said, he was looking at us like, oh crap, it's too late, he said. Then, yeah, that happened, he should kinda say. Leopold would think like, wait, who's that? Wait, who's that monster? We say, wait, who is that strong so he can even scare big sis? Gone's like, oh crap, that kid, he's something else, huh? They will switch back to Austin's. The ground is shaking literally now as the the windows start to look, building will start to shake a lot. Damn, Rick, we gotta stop him, says Yami, and looks at Okame. Okame Black, don't look at me. Then Noel with a sigh like, oh crap. Then she just said like, oh crap, at least it's worth a try. Then she walks away out. They're like, are you crazy? You will die. Then Yami thinks like, oh crap, and now I have to explain her death to so oh crap. Then thinks like, I'm dead. I'm so dead now. Then walks out as if she like, then she walks near Asta. Asta sees something walking to him in from the side of his eyes as he turns around like fast, and as Noel gets shocked a little bit, as Asta is now kind of blinded by rage, with his tail sprouting everywhere and is destroying stuff. Then she breathes off a little bit and just concentrates her magic to try to throw water at him. But at first it doesn't miss, as no, she just decides to since she knew that she couldn't hit him properly, she just walked closer and closer to him. Then when she get closer, she was like, "Oh, Asta, calm down." Asta didn't answer at all. He just looked at her like breathing heavily, like, like let me. He was about to say something. Then while Rita stood, then I said, "Leave me be." When I'm debriefing, then while we slap him, she's like, "You debriefing, you're destroying the entire base," she says. Asta would feel a slap as he was about to slap her back. Then she said like, "Oh, come on, slap me already, if you want to." Asta would look at her, look back, he thinks in his spine like, what am I? Then he falls down. Well, his tail just gets retracted immediately. I should be like, oh, she finally calmed down, huh? Then Okami just ran out. I said, Yamu ran out as after Okami told him that if this happens, might be bad. As then she just yells at, catch him now! If he hits the ground now, he's. As Noel like, what? As then Asta falls down. As Noel like, what the? Then Asta falls down on her. She kind of like red in face, like, what the? What are you doing, Asta? As his tail now was gone. As she couldn't sense any heartbeat now, he was kind of like stone freezed. Young will look at her, but what? No. What the? Do look at us now. Okama just kind of lick him all, trying to wake him up. Asta wouldn't wake up. He was just kind of stoned. He was freezed. He couldn't do anything, move or anything. And then would ask, why are you red? No, they weren't asking all about that because they knew that something happened between those two before. So they said, crap, we gotta get him to the dock. So then I would feel like, no, if we do, the royals just want to kill him now. He's basically kicked the ass off every single royal, even Merliona. So he said, no, we gotta. Then he just calls for a medic to the doc to come here to treat a patient now. As Okami just told Yamu about the situation, that what the doc needed to do. Doc thinks like, ah, Yamu's like, oh well, this is a condition for people from my land can get sometimes. Well, then it tells him about how to heal him and all that, as the doc tries to do it, but it doesn't work. He just looks at Okami kind of without anyone noticing. Yamu will Okami will just sweat and start to kind of sweat now, like, master, I can't lose you. I can't lose you. Asta now is in a landscape as he sees his dad and his mother. He's like, Mom, Dad. They're like, oh, son? Wait, you aren't supposed to be here yet, they would say. I was like, huh? I'm like, wait, where am I? As he was hear voices like, Asta, Asta, wake up, Asta. As they already had 3 different voices, it would be Noel. Okami just trying to lick him. He was here as then he heard Yama like, hey kid, just wake up already. Then he hears another voice like, I don't think we can save him now. He's dead. I was like thinking like, wait, I'm dead now? Like, oh, they were thinking like, oh well, guess I can be with you, Mom and Dad. Just like, no, you gotta go back. I was like, but why, Mom? Why, Dad? I finally met you again, and you're just gonna send me away? Why? As they walk up to him, Hakim's like, because you're not ready yet. You still have much else to do. By the way, it seems that you already have someone that cares for you in the world now. Almost as the same way as we do. And he'll be like, what? Then we'll hear someone crying now. And Yama and Okama it's like realize that Noel had feelings for him. As Deku, no, as the dog said, I'm sorry, but he doesn't have any heart. His heartbeat is stopped. I can feel nothing from him now. As then the dog just leaves. I said, "I'm apologies, sir." Then I said I should do a report on to the Wizard King about that. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, fine. As he kind of looks down, like, crap, I'll let the newbie die. Then Okama will be even more fierce, like a failed master. Then we will see like at Niall just hugging Asta, hugging his dead body, crying, like, Asta, why? Then she thinks like, it's all my fault, isn't it? Asta was here, this crying now, like, what? As he will get emotional, like, no, it's not your. As then his parents like smiles, like, go back to her. As the dog was about to go through the portal now, that filler opened for him. But then there was like, then also like, then Noel was thinking like, wait, something's. Then she feels the heat like kind of emitting from Asta. And now something's what happened with Asta now. As they think like he will start to disappear, as he was start like he glowing, as he will start to fall apart. He's like, no, Asta, no. She tries to get the glow back. Asta says, oh crap. Then his parents say like, hurry up. They don't have much time now. You're like, oh crap, I gotta go back now. I then said, wait, how the hell am I gonna go back? They think like, you gotta find your way out on your own. We don't know, since we're already dead. Like, oh crap. Then he thinks about it, and here's decides just to follow the voice. It's just running and running. Then he starts to see Noel there, crying and hugging him, as he sees himself now kind of disappearing. Like, oh crap, I gotta hurry now. As the right is about the last fragment about his body is about to disappear. As it would be where Noel was hugging him. Here's then she was like, no, Asta, no. The dog was just about to leave as he decided to stop and watch this. Then they would all see that the fragments. Okami would be like, wait, he was not like he was poke his head on Yami, like forcing him to look down on Asta now as he sees something. Wait, then it's like what, Okami? Then there was her voice like, why are you why? Think like, what? Then was here like, why are you crying, Noel? They're like, what? They will look around. As they were to see a hologram of Asta. Like, why are you crying? So they're like, wait, Asta? Like, yo. And then looks at Yabs like, and come like, oh, sorry about that. Then say like, oh, I don't know who you are, but sorry for dying like that. He was like, I'm sorry. Then he looks at Knowles like, it's not your fault. That would be Asta's soul saying goodbye to her before Asta got back from the dead. Then they will see like this the last stone fragment Noel holds in her hand, like, no, Asta. As they start to glow, a little bit start to glow in her hand, but then she was like all the glowing that is kind of dust, yellow glowing things that went up to the sky from Asta's body start to go back now. They think like, what? Okami like, wait. Did he as the young was says this too, like, wait, his key, he says, as the doctor like, wait, what? As then we all see the stone now, glowing from Noel, and just leaving her hand. She's like, oh no, Asta. Then we push her back like, yeah, it's better if you don't. Then she said, no, I'm gonna stay here. And gonna budge. As when Yami and Okami tries to move her away, she just slaps them away like, no. She says, no, I can't just move away from where he died. She cries and said. Then the glowing will start to form again. There was also that it's kind of formed where how Asta's body was looking. As the dog would be like, what is this thing? I'll come think like, that little young master, you really did it, huh? You cheated death, you reincarnated yourself before faster than even your father could. You're really something else. as his body would now start to reanimate, as it would to like be a stone kind of thing. Well, as I said, I didn't explain really how the stone thing would work. He would just be frozen. He couldn't really move or anything. He was like literally frozen, but his skin wouldn't like change anything. Anything's looks. As his body starts to reanimate in Noel's head and all that, as she like what the. As he then senses her arm just being forced to like the hugging position when Asta was before Asta started to disappear now. Like what the Asturias, what are you doing? Noel said, I'm not moving. I'm just moving on my the arms. The arms moving on their own. Like what? As then they move around the hugging like glowing thing. As then we start to glow again, glow more brighter and brighter. As they will hold their eyes for except for Noel. Then she just feel the warmth coming from Asta's body. She's like what? Then Asta was hugging her back. Is like why are you crying, Noel? Huh? And then it's like, then it's like, wait, why are you hugging me, Noel? She's like, smiling back, look at him. Like, what? And they all see Asta now back, as he like, look at the doctor, like, hey, who is this guy? Says, it's then, but doctor would say, oh, I'm Noel. She said, oh, I'm glad you survived at least, the doctor said. Then he said, but I gotta go now. Let's say that Wizzy King and the others would hear about that Asta was kind of dying, as they were like kind of watching. And then they would see that no, they would know that Asta was dying. They would know that the doctors needed to go emergency to the Black Bulls. As the words would go back to the Crimson Lions Kings as they were walking back, as they would hear that the doc was rushing to the Black Bulls now. Think, oh crap, did he do something? Then I said, no, it's one single person. Then we'll hear like the description of it. So like, wait, that's him. Merely said, that's him, really. I'm like, what happened? Then they would get the report that they would know what happened. As they were kind of like, oh crap, at least that monster is all dead now, Marina thinks. Then Figurn sees that and sees her, I'm like, hey, he was a formidable medic knight until you pissed. When he needed debriefing, you might be the one to cause his death. He looks at her furious. She's like, okay, calm down, calm down. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna calm down. You might be the one responsible for his death. As then Asta wouldn't remember what happened. As everything, then we still hugging, like, said asking Noel, why are you hugging me all the time? Why are you still hugging me? As he was feel the grip around him was getting tighter. Then she said, you idiot, why did you make me so worried so much? Just like, what do you mean worry you? What do you mean worry you so much? What, do you care about me or something? Do you have feelings for me or something? He says. No, Berenif is like, no, I don't. I don't have feelings for you at all. I'm like, oh, okay, then why are you complaining about something? It's clearly something that it's clearly clear to me that you have feelings for me. She's like, what? It's like, yeah, it is. Then she decides like, oh crap, then I was just hug her back like, oh well. And then thinks like, at least it thinks that you were the one to call me back. He smiles and thanks her. Then Okami and Jan be like, hey kid. I was like, yeah, what about it? It's like, how the hell did you manage to reincarnate now? No, as Jan would ask him that later, he's like, hey kid. He was look at Yami. Jan was like, okay, we gotta talk later about that thing, okay? He'd be like, yeah, yeah. So Okami just walks up to him. Asa knows what he's about to do. I was like, no, you don't. Okami just doesn't care anymore and starts to lick him in the face. I was like, stop it, stop it. As Noel starts to laugh now. Then Asta gets furious now. As we get the see the fear in his eyes still, as there was right before. I said, stop it. As grabs, like, throat kicks, and, like, he does use his tail, or as he is laying on the ground now, so the tails will go on the ground, and it grabs Okami and kind of not throws him, but, like, lifts him up in air. He said, I told you to stop it. I said, no, I'm not letting you down there until you beg for forgiveness. As it would take a while, Asukami kind of smirks a little bit for a while. Then, when Asta still lays there, Asnod still hugs him. Then he just lets Okami down when he kind of like realizes that Okami is sorry about it. Then he asks Nolta, can you please stop hugging me? It's kind of embarrassing now. As the Black Wolves walk up to see her hugging him, Nol's like, oh yeah. Then she just drops him. As his like over body would still be like up in the air, she's hugging him like that. Then all the Black Wolves were watching. As Asna falls down to the ground, like, ah crap, that hurt. But then he said, ah well, guess I gotta rest now. And she falls asleep. I see us falls asleep after that. She's like, what the? Kamu signs like lays next to him. As Asta now kinda retracted his tails, as the odd sense is there's something shaking in the ground still. Then they will see that Asta's flames in his spark in his eyes will disappear now. It's like, oh well. Then as they will hear the loud snoring there. Also Kami decided to stay next to Asta, keeping him warm during the night, because he knew that if after reincarnation it will take some time before they got their like powers, the like body heat to completely under control again. But they will also get stronger when they get reincarnated. This will take a week. Asta's still sleeping out there, as they haven't been raining at all during this time. As Noel will walk up to him like every day, on us who look at him like sometimes during the day, just check if he's awake now. As it would take a week, she had kind of given up, like, will he ever wake up, she says, things, and then she would just see a hologram of him, and she'd be like, no, what? Then no, it's just an illusion of him, just walking up just like, what are you talking about? Of course I will wake up. I can see that worry about your face. Why are you so worrying about me, huh? Really, it's kind of weird that you're worrying about me, of all people. She'll be like, what the? Then the doors would just burst open. Well, not burst open really, though he was open doors, slowly. And walking and sitting down on the sofa, as grabbing some food brought anyone really noticing. Then the illusion in front of Nell will just disappear. Then she would look back at the door like, what? Then she sees us there, and she just runs and hugs him like, you're awake now, after a week, huh? And she hugs him again. I was like, okay, so why do you keep hugging me like that? It's freaking embarrassing when he does that. She got red in the face, then she says like, it's because just so happy that you're awake now. I was like, oh yeah, I don't really care about it really too much. Okay, so now I will cover the first mission in this. I won't make this a short one, just as not as short as the Granny What If. I know that it's all that came up to the time. Now we'll continue now. As Naldis releases him from the hug, Asta like, oh god. Then he's kind of not in a, then he's just in the mood and just uses his tails to grab all of them. Well, grab the girls. I'm like, huh. So he looks at them like, well, Sharma won't have any feelings for him. He grabs at Vanessa and Noel, lifts them up, and then just puts them, not holding them still. He looks at them like, okay, so why are you both like, something's off with you? He kind of says, no, it won't really, he won't really say that. He was grab Noel, and so she really does just stop hugging him. So yeah, then how shall I say it? Yeah, how should I really explain it? Really, hold on. Well, she thinks like at first like, why are they so attracted to me? Then thinks like, oh yeah, I forgot about that my dad told me. And he was here. His dad was like, really, you forgot about that? Of all things, of course you forget about it. Then he thinks like, wait, Dad? He's like, yeah, I can talk to you now since you got reincarnated. You have some connection with some of the dead. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's kind of creepy. Though I'm not able to see what they're doing or anything. I'm just able to think like, hear like when you're thinking about me sometimes, a little bit. When you will allow me to check it, as otherwise I won't be able to. I'm like, okay Dad, whatever you say. Then he says, well, it's that charm you all kitsunes have that attracts women. You know, and us like, oh yeah, totally forgot about that really. Sorry about that, Dad. But you know, I kind of forgot about it really. He'd be like, hey, it's okay, son. So yeah, as he was thinking like, oh yeah, well. Um, yes, then he's thinking like, oh well, the girl said I didn't need to ask why you're there, so have a feelings for me or something. His father was kind of smells like, you really don't need to ask that about them. Besides, they probably just be red in the face. Also, would think about it for a while. It's like, yeah, they probably will. Then it's he has to actually use his tail now, and just as lay as a bed and just kind of sleeps now. Falls asleep on the sofa, using his tails to surround him. Well, and Charm and Vanessa would see the sense and just kind of be like stroking the tails and all that. After with Oprah says like, God, I'm freaking sleeping up. Do we really have to do this now? They'll be like, what? They were like, wait, you're awake? He said, yeah, because you woke me up. Like, oh, sorry, just continue sleeping. I was like, I can't sleep when you're doing that with my tails. Like, okay, do kind of say. Like, what's wrong with him? They kind of think. Then I think like, oh yeah, he's kind of maybe probably mad at us for doing that to him. They kind of think, yes, like that. We think like, though they must think like that. And then Austin now falls back asleep, snoring out loud. Yeah, with hears black signs like, phew, finally. As the voice would just get annoyed, like, I'm gonna wake him up. Then Yam will say like, hey, you saw what he did, right? They'll be like, yeah. Like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea to wake him up after he got reincarnated, he would say. Like, wait, he got reincarnated? So, like, Yam was like, signs like, yeah, he did. Like, oh crap, we're definitely not gonna do anything to him right now, right? As they will kind of have a mutual agreement to not to piss him off, not even Locke. As even Locke didn't want to face him now since he saw how his wrath was really. It's really like he didn't save let anyone piss him up, take him off like that anymore. Well, okay, I don't know what I was saying just said right there, but yeah. Yes, they just let him be now, kinda annoyed by the snoring. Yeah, we said, okay, don't you think that I'm annoyed by it too, but we gotta let him sleep now. I mean, come on, man, he's the first one to get reincarnated. He is reincarnated from death. Like, what? He said, yeah. There's a rumor that some people might have that ability to reincarnate themselves. But it only occurs when people starts glowing like that. Like he did. They'll think like, wow, okay. Oh, hold on, wait, what? And yes, sorry about that, I'm playing, I'm currently playing Minecraft as well, and I is playing a modded, and there are penguins in the mod. I didn't know about that. I didn't know there were penguins in Minecraft in this mod. Oh yeah, not anymore. At least that not patch. The guys didn't that watched saw this didn't see anything at all. Hehe. Sorry about that really. As now Octopus wake up when it was the middle of the night, as he would see like no one's there really. Well, except for Charmy, Noel, and Vanessa, as well as Okame and Nero, as they were all kind of, well, Okame was asleep next, kind of on the floor near him. As then we see like the Vanessa and everyone else was kind of sleeping right on him, no, on his tails. He'd be like, okay, Like, oh, this is kind of weird. As they were, he just woke up. Okama would open his eyes like, waking up now? I said, yeah. Though, why are they still here sleeping? He think like, oh, they just fell asleep after a while. A good chunk of hours now. It's just like, oh, how late is it now? It's like, you almost woke up, so, oh, so you're finally awake, huh? He'll be like, yeah. Like, oh well, looks like you can't move. As it looks at him, like, then looks at the guards. He'll be like, yeah, probably can't do that for a while. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you should probably just let them be there. And he'll be like, yeah, why? Exactly? Yeah, I was looking like it because you probably doesn't want them to make them mad when they wake up or something. I was like, what do you mean make them mad? I mean, they make me mad, so it's just fair that I make them mad. He's like, yeah, but I just don't want pissed clan members anymore. Like, yeah, asked Black, fair point. Then he tries to fall asleep again. He just can't sleep. He just moves around. As he does that too when he does, and the girls just walk up. Then we look at us, like, oh, so you're awake now? Like, yeah, I am. I stand back, oh. I was like, and I can't fall asleep. Then I'm like, oh, it's so fine, we can leave. He said, no, I'll stay here. Yeah, I stayed there, just kind of sighs, and then he just falls asleep again. I'm like, what, did he just wake us up to then fall asleep? Us also was still kind of before he's falling asleep. Yeah, looks like when they woke up, they made me fall asleep. I still like, oh well. Dennis decides to grab his tails now again. As they will just grab it, like lay on his tails now, and just fall asleep again. While Charm will just walk away to her room now. As Null and Vanessa will just grab his tails again. So yeah. And now they will wake up the next day. As Yamu and the others and Magnus walk away to the chief of to the village now. And yes, it's finally time to do the first mission. I know it's probably, I don't know how long it's been. It's like over 2 hours into the story completely. I think it's even more. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours and 40 minutes since this like, I'm going to do the first mission. So I'm kind of happy about it now. That I did this. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I almost died in Minecraft. Oh god. That was scary. God, that was scary. Really scary here. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, as they now walk, as now the next day, Asta, Vanessa, and no, Asta was not sleeping for a while now. As Vanessa and all woke up at kinda normal time as they do in Canada, and we don't know exactly when that is. But they just do that. As they're just waiting for Asta to wake up. As it would take some time, then, well, Young herself tells Magna it's time now. I said like, yes sir, and they walk to the village now. Then he tells them to, if Asta wakes up, then he says, well, tell Asta, if Asta wakes up, just tell him that I said hi, or something, and tell him that he has the day off for now, at least. And just let him be kind of where he is, do what he wants. Don't try to piss him off though. Like, yeah. Snowbuck, yeah, I don't want to piss him off now. Or he might just die again if she thinks. As the book hears when Yama went away, so he said, huh, he finally went away, huh? Like, wait, did you hear this? Like, yeah, I did. Looks like finally, Yama finally let me be on my own. Doesn't want to mess with me or anything. You're sounding like ready to say, well. Yes, it's time to wake up. Then he wakes up and then he said, wait, what? Wait, why can't I? Then he looks down at the Vanessa and Noel as they see that they're freaking out over his tails now. Asta look at him like, oh god, just let me be, let my tails be for now. Why won't you? The black, no. That's like, why? The black, because reasons we just won't do that. Black sounds like, oh well. Sorry about that, my editor just messaged me. Well, my thumbnail master, really. So yeah. Then we switch back to where Yami and Magna is like losing to the chief village of Saucy Village now. As she tells him that, well, since I want to bet you're scared to do something I want to, you too. Like, what is it now? He says, well, hunting boars. They're like, okay. Yami thinks like, should I give this to Asta or should I not give it to Asta? Then it just says like, yeah, I'll give it to Asta. He wants this first mission probably by now. As besides, Noel probably needs some other place than he probably needs some other environment than just to hide out all these weeks on that he was felt asleep since he joined. Yeah, but thinks exactly like that. Then they're walking back now, as hold on. As we're Yam and as now Asta and Noel feeds the fear as feeds the beast now. I was still feeling the mood to do that because he had nothing else to do really. His dad's like, why not feed the beast? As they were talking while they were doing this, well, Noel just asked about some things. What I'm saying about some things. Noel was trying to talk to him, like communicate or something. Asta wouldn't really answer them. She'd be like, why does he answer? Then he has kind of sighs like, oh well. Looks at Noel like, Noel? She's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was standing away before he could say anything. Yam must walk in, butt naked. I was like, get so close on get so close on your weirdo. Yeah, I'm like, hey, guess what, Asta? He like look at him like kinda ticked off a little bit and it's like, what? You got your first mission now. He'd be like, yay. First mission, huh? So let me guess what it is. Boar hunting or something. Like, then Jan was surprised, like, how did you know? He said, I just don't guess. It sounds like something the Black Wolves would get as a mission. Then I'll be like, wait, boar hunting? I started saying, okay, so where is the boars that need us to get eliminated or something? He said, oh, well, Magna will go there with you too. I was like, oh, okay. Then Yama looks at Noel, like, oh yeah, you're going too, newbie. He's like, wait, why am I going now? He says, because I told you to, and you're gonna listen. I was like, yeah, okay, I don't need to really. Then he says, oh, fine. Then he just packs his things and walks to his room, and gets some a little bit stuff, and then looks at Okami, then Okami looks to Okami, so like, Okami, time to go. I'm like, fine. So Okami kind of wakes up now. Okay, fine, I'll go with you this time. He's like, hey, you know that I'm your owner, right? Or you know that you're my, like, subordinate. He said, yeah, I know that. Hold on, ouch, that kinda hurts. Sorry about that, really. Last I got a little bit of sort of short nosebleed. Well, I have a nosebleed right now. Or something. Because I don't know why. Maybe it's because I had such a romantic date with my girlfriend earlier today. So yeah, as they were walking now to the village, and now I really want to stop this what if now and end this part, but I, you gotta understand, I gotta finish the goddamn first mission. I need to finish it. They were well, as they were walking there, flying there actually, because Asta flew on flew without a broom. As Null was sitting on one of his tails, Magnus was still mad at him, like, hey, what about my crazy cycle? I was like, huh, your what now? He's like, yeah, my bike. He'd like, I don't see any bike. I don't see a broom at all. I know I said bike, but I mean broom. He said, I don't see any broom at all. Anywhere. He kind of looks around to piss him off. Marin will be like, ah. Then he remembers what Yam said. Whatever you do on this mission, don't tick Asta off. Like, god damn it, Yami. I really just want to punch him right now. Asta would just look at him like, I don't figure. Then would look at him like, So, oh, nothing at all. I was like, okay, then just don't crazy stare at people like that, it's rude. Like, oh, crap, phew, he didn't notice. Then I was thinking like, huh. So Yami told him not to piss me off, huh? Oh well, why so I for him to tell them. Then just walks away. No, then as they were landing there, as Asta easily takes care of the wild boars. As they were trying to attack them, after Asta's pistol, they used one of the tails to grab one of the boars, and just kill him right in front of the other boars. They would track the tail down and goes to Asta. Nullbeck, Asta, aren't you gonna do something about those? He's like, nah, I don't need to. But then he said, but then I guess it's my mission, so yeah, why not? Then just uses the same tail that he used to lock them there. And just to penetrate, knock them out, their life out of them easily. As they would all be surprised by this. Then ask them what's so surprising? Like, oh, nothing at all. They would kind of say. I was like, I don't really care. Here, say it like that. As Noel and Magna all that would kind of sigh that he felt that they're safe now. As then Asta would take, oh well, guess we gotta get back to the village, huh? And it was like, yeah, we gotta get us back to the village now. Then Asta would sense something. Well, as they were walking down, we see the mist around the village. As they were walking down there. Let's walk into the village now. Asta will see the mist and all that. He will say look at Brutus. Brutus said kind of nod to him. Then Asta drop the boars. They will wonder why. Then we will see the mist. Then Asta runs towards, grabs them both, and as well as Okame, he grabs and just runs towards them immediately. Well, he uses two of his tails to form a drill and drill underground. Yes, Asta will be able to do this, since he's hardening his fur, as well as using his other fur to protect the other ones with hardened fur on the outside of the tails, so they won't get hurt while he's drilling. Then he drills up right in front of the village. They will look surprised by this. Also found something I thought about when I still was dead. Then he just runs towards the village like us, and then Magna would guide him through the village, as he just used his sword now to cut through the mist. As they get to the town place now, as you see all the villagers was about to get executed by this man. He has gets furious now. Then he has, let's say that he de-transformed from his tails now. So then he just runs up with his sword, said, "Don't you dare!" As then the Ice Mage will see that Manic Knights was here. Then we see that Black Bulls, and that really bothered them at all. He was like, it's just the Black Bulls. I was like, you said just what? I tell you what. You're looking at the future Wizard King. He laughed the future Wizard King. Impressed though that you had Magic to get into Manic Knight squad, but I'm not really surprised that it's the Black Bulls. Also get kind of fierce now, ticked off a little bit. Now we're asking no, Asta, you're not gonna, he said, look at her like, no I don't. As he smiles at her, kind of securing that, no, saying that he won't do it. She like signs like in relief, like, phew. I thought I was gonna lose him one more time. She kind of like says in her head. Then she like hears a other voice in her head, like, wait, what? Lose him? And then she realizes that it's her, her thoughts or thing. Then she realizes that why is she red so much? Must look at her like, why are you red? He says. Then she's like, oh, nothing at all. I was like, oh, okay. Like he doesn't bother her at all. She's like kind of mad at this that he doesn't ask her again if that's really true. Asta now just transformed to his like Kitsune humanoid form. Oh god, I almost died there. Oh god. Yeah, I almost died of being drowned in the gravel there in Minecraft. Sorry about that. Sorry for being quiet now. Yeah, now, as I said, he transformed to his humanoid Kitsune form, using his tail now to fight off the guys as he's still blitzing towards them with his sword as well, as he grabs the sword in one of his tails. And just creates Fox, then he says, like, shouts out and using his flames to burst around him, then said, Fox Army! As they would kind of see that his Grimoire is turning and pages, all that. Oh yeah, what am I saying? He won't have a sword at all in this. What am I freaking saying? He won't have a sword. God, I'm sorry. Apologies for that thing. He won't have a sword at all. Then, the Ice Smithers like, just kill him or finish him off already. Like, yeah, we're trying, but we can't. They kind of say. Like, what do you mean? He said, we just can't do it. Cap leader, as they was like master. Not, no, they would say. I'm like, oh crap. Then Oster was like, huh? They would say that they're stop attacking now. Like, why are they stopping attacking me? Then they realized that, I don't really care. Using his tails to catch them. As he sensed something danger from them, well, from the Widowmaw as the leader. As one got away though, still. As the danger coming from the leader, he would think, wait. Then he just drops all of them now. It's like, then the leader was, no, as he was about to drop them. But then it was too late. The leader encases him in ice too. As now he is like, what? As like, I knew there's something wrong, he says. The leader would be surprised that he can even talk in this ice. Then it says, oh well, if we were coming down, we're taking you with us. He kind of thinks. Then he hears a voice in his head like, take who with you? As they will now see that Asta creates like his fox army still around, as they runs around the ice where Asta is and melts him out. Before the ice match kind like destroys the ice, he'll be like, crap. Then the ice just gets destroyed. And the mission is done. The Sheffield still dies, as I said. So yeah, yeah. Nero is there, still drops the stone in Asa's hand. The grandson was like, oh, that's Dad's lucky charm. Grandpa's lucky charm. I was like, oh, here it is. Just gives it to him, like, no, you can keep it. Like, okay. He does that. And then just walking back to base now, doing their report as they would tell everything about that and all that. And then Oswald look at him like, Then he walks to his room now. He doesn't really know what to do or anything. He thinks about something. Then he was here knocking on the door. It will be Noel. I'm like, who is it? As then his dad was about to ask who is it, but then we just, yeah, should probably do this now. As then it pops out of the, what is it called? It is as much as called, what the fuck was it called? Well, he was created an illusion, and it's like, look at it, and then he was here, just on his desk, like, opens the door with one of his tails, as she would see him laying on the ground, with one of his tails chilling, kind of almost half asleep. Like, why is it? He kind of says like this. Then I will look at him like, oh, sorry to bother, but I just want to ask you something, or tell you something. I was like, huh? Then I sits up, and like using one of the tests to stand up. Then I look at her. Then he looks at her curious. I'm like, what do you want to talk about? She thinks like, yeah, you know. She kind of stumbles a bit to tell him about her feelings. Oswald look at her. He knows what it is. I'm like, oh. She thinks like, oh, it's like that. She tries to. Then she thinks, oh crap, I'm not good at explaining. Then she runs up to him, and Oswald like, what? Then she has, like takes him in her hands and just kisses him right on the bed. He get turned red in the face like, what? As then he just will, yeah, and she would just kiss him on the cheek. She would just kiss him on the cheek, as I said. It's like, Asta would not freak out, like, what the? As he get red in the face, like, what did you? That's not really what she did. I was like, oh, so you want to tell me about something, but why did you do this? He kind of says, because, yes, Asta would know about his scent and all that. He thinks like, this is not just love, it's just his scent. As then I said, why, what did you want to tell me? She's like, oh, I just told you that. I was like, no, you just kissed me, he says. Because he doesn't know if he acts like dumb. She's like, you're so dumb or sometimes. Then she just slaps him, walks out. Asks like, what did I do wrong? Then Okamu is kind of walking like, oh well, look, master, looks like you have more dense than you even are. You're very dense. He's like, no, seriously, what does she want to tell me? Well, she wanted to tell me something, and he says, ended up kissing me, and then just walks away. Like, I don't understand her. At all. Like, oh, master, you're so dumb sometimes. Dan was Dan was talking a little bit. Then he decides to talk to Noel later. And yes, the shipping for this, what if I've already decided what it should be, but not really. It's not this. The reason why Noel just ends up kissing him is because of the charm that every Kitsune has to attract people, especially women. Hence why he got a kiss from Noel. It might not be the shipping or not. I'll let one guy decide if he wants to decide it. It's you, Insane Monster. If you're watching this, I really want you to decide if it should be Asta. It should be Asta X. It will be an Asta and Noel shipping, or Asta Mimosa shipping, or something like Asta Vanessa, maybe. Maybe if he doesn't want a Mimosa and Noel or anything. Or actually, I don't know if it will be insane. I will just ask them both. I will ask my thumbnail editor, no, thumbnail maker, master, mentor. I don't know what the hell I'm calling him now. Thumbnail maker. I will ask him about what he wants me to do. I could do what shipping as he wants to do. So yeah, and I will ask Insane Monster 199 too. That's all. As after the kiss, that's after like they were talking about it all for a little bit. That is will be where I'll be ending this what if off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you did, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. And yeah, and don't forget to like and click the bell and comment down below. Now, see you later.